Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. We're going to talk about energy. We're going to talk about resources. We're going to mainly look at Europe because I've been telling you guys I believe the crisis in Europe is going to get serious. As far as the energy, it's already serious. It's going to get worse, and I believe that's going to trickle into America. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to reverberate around the world, right? And then I'm going to tell you guys about a stock that I invested in, not because it's some paid promotion, but because I'm trying to get people to understand how I think about the resource sector, because I think that it is literally going to explode in the next few years, especially with all the geopolitical tensions that are going on around the world, and I want to take advantage of it. As a matter of fact, I want to be known as one of the best in the sector when it comes to identifying trends and identifying opportunities, okay? Not all opportunities pay off, but I want to give you my thought process and why I invest in this stock. And quite frankly, I don't even know if anybody can really, that many people can invest in it, but you'll have to find out based on your stock brokerage account. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to dive into a story here. It's out of the Wall Street Journal a couple days ago. It's entitled, Europe Goes on Blackout Watch as Winter Descends. It says out of London, Europe's energy-squeezed winter has sent power operators and businesses into high alert for blackout risks, heightened by Russia's war in Ukraine. And that actually has to deal with the company that I invested in. In a control room in Glasgow, dozens of engineers and supervisors for months have been executing a series of desktop rehearsals in which they game out the many various ways a blackout could unfold. Isn't that absolutely horrible how you have to literally plan this, almost like war games, literally war games, how you're going to keep your lights on and your business going if there is a blackout, because there is literally not only the prices rising exponentially in Europe, they're rising in the US too, but the actual threat, and this has already happened before, where you got no natural gas, like we can't even supply it to you right now. Now, one of the reasons why I dove into this sector was because I started really covering the Nord Stream 2 debacle and what happened in Germany. Let me grab some coffee real quick here, guys. Good morning. I don't know when you're going to see this video, so it might be the afternoon. You're like, why is he saying good morning? It's because it's morning here. Now, if you guys remember, when Russia moved into Ukraine, first off, Ukraine is rich in resources, right? But so is Russia. But Russia is the big daddy on the block when it comes to Europe as far as supplying Europe with natural gas and other resources. But natural gas is definitely a big one. And it blew my mind when, well, I don't remember who it was in Germany. I think it was like the head of the energy sector in Germany. They were in charge of signing off on the official build and the opening of Nord Stream 2. It was a pipeline that was going to supply Germany specifically and Europe with vital natural gas for their energy. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but Trump actually was on record, and there's a video of him out there somewhere where he's talking with Angela Merkel, and he goes, you know, your country is way too dependent on Russia. You know, remember when they were like trying to blame him for being in bed with Russia? Well, here he's going and telling a country that buys their natural resources from Russia, and he's going, hey, you know what? You guys really need to wake up, and this is just logical thinking here. You should try and not be so dependent on another country. And she mocked him. She laughed at him. Well, how's that working out for them now? It's absolutely horrible. Literally, energy prices are inflating, if not hyperinflating in price right before your eyes, because Germany thought they'd be so cool because they were used to pushing people around in the Euro bloc. Just, you know, Germany sort of got a history of that, you know, pushing people around, right? Because nobody remembers that they had a financial crisis in 2005, but by 2010, 2013, around then, when Cyprus and Greece were having all kinds of issues, Germany seemed like they were the strongest group in the block, in the Euro zone. But people forgot that they were in trouble back, you know, way back as early as 2005, 2006. Well, now you see Germany laughing at Trump saying, you're an idiot. And then sitting there and being so brazen as to go, hey, we're not going to certify Nord Stream 2, Russia. How do you like that? And Russia goes, copy, turn it off. And that's it. And then all of a sudden Germany goes, whoa, wait a minute. We didn't mean that. So you got to look at the way, you know, governments act with each other, and you start thinking, you're like, all right, there's got to be a solution here. Okay. So this brings me to the company that I invested in. It's called MCF Energy. Now, the reason why I said earlier, I don't know if everybody could invest in this company is because it's a Canadian company that is drilling oil and natural gas in literally Germany and Austria, okay? So to say that this company is solving a problem is an understatement. This is the first company, resource company, to be founded after Russia invaded Ukraine, causing all of this energy debacle in the first place. So that's one thing that this came across my desk. And I started looking at it and said, well, they're obviously solving a problem. They have a handful of properties right now that they're actively, they're beginning their drilling process and all that stuff. But I go, okay, they're solving a problem, right? And it's probably going to get a lot of press. So I wanted to bring this to you now. I think the stock is trading at 20 cents Canadian, but it's under a halt right now because there's some reorganization going through it, and a lot of reorganization at that. So you might want to check if you're in America. If you're in Canada, you can buy the stock. It's MCF Energy. The American investors, if you want to, and you have big brokerage accounts like Fidelity, Schwab, I think maybe TD Ameritrade can, you have to call them and say, hey, can I buy a Canadian stock? I'm interested in this. And go check that out. But I want to show you why I'm thinking about it. So first off, the company is solving an issue. It's also it's the newest kid to the block, right? Now, to say that is a bad thing, let me see. So it's the newest company formed after this crisis, right? So it's going to have all its people are going to have their eyeballs in this company. The principles of this company, another thing I liked, they are part of past big projects. To give you an idea, the principles of MCF grew oil production in one venture, like I think 2,000%. Like they literally increased the oil production in one of their prior ventures 2,000%. And then they also led Europe's largest gas exploration company as well. So I mean, the people that run this company have been around the block. They also just brought in as a strategic investor, General Wesley Clark, as a strategic, and I'm sorry, not investor, advisor. Now, to think that General Wesley Clark can open doors when it comes to geopolitical issues and strategy is an understatement. So I like that as well. So the company obviously is really thinking bigger box, and I don't think that General Wesley Clark would jump on just to any old company. So that is something else that I like, right? I hope the company does advertising, quite frankly, because that's also good for shareholders. But the thing is I wanted to bring this to you because it's one of those stories that I believe are important, because as we go into this winter, I believe that natural gas is going to explode higher. In the short term, I've got some chartists that are doing videos right now that I'm going to have on the channel that show there could be a dip in prices in the near term. But the problem is, regardless of the price of natural gas and oil, certain countries, they can't get it right now. And Germany and Austria are a couple of those countries where they are dependent on other countries. So regardless of the price, if you think about it, if they can't get it easily, like they can't just, whatever it's trading for on the stock markets, they go, okay, I want to buy it that. And they go, well, it's not that easy, because you can't buy it in your own country. So now you have to go source it from another country. So there's all these added costs. So to say that MCF is solving a problem there, that's an understatement. Now, I'm sure they're going to have, and I don't know any of this, I'm not privy to any insider information. And guys, I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm just showing you my thought process behind all this. This is a company that I invested in. Resource companies don't just come out, and that I don't like investing in companies that have just one or even two properties, all right? I want to see companies with multiple properties that they can drill on, that they can explore, and then they can do strategic things with those, either bring them to full production or sell them off and get where another company comes in and acquires it, and they can take on that other company's paper like a large producer. But I also want to see a company that is literally crushing it with the properties they have, and then either raising money or able to do joint ventures with other companies to go and explore other properties as well. So I want to see them continue to pick up other properties. That's something I'm going to be looking for. But guys, honestly, the stock's halted right now. I don't know when it's going to be off its stock halt, but I wanted to show you this. Right now it's trading at, I think, 20 cents Canadian. I'm sure hopefully they'll get a US ticker, but I also wanted to bring value to you. Even if you're an American, you can't buy the stock, my thought process, right? Look for companies that are solving a problem. Right now, natural gas is a serious problem, and oil, to Germany and to Austria and to Europe as a whole. So I'm looking at investing in resource companies in Europe to solve a problem. Guys, I hope you got something out of this. I thank you so much for watching. To everyone in Europe that is dealing with this energy crisis, please put a comment down below and let me know what you guys are seeing on the front lines. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.